Hey guys, so today, chapter number 4 in Irene, we're gonna do together. See what's gonna give the new adventure, the new story. I'm gonna do a live commentary on the footage because somehow I fucked up the audio and I forgot to record my actual voice when I was playing this. I've been talking to myself all the time back when I was recording this, so I'm gonna try to get back into it on whatever I was doing back then. So let's see what he's got for us now. This time, the great game. Help the great houses prepare for the competition. The great ball will soon begin, and the great game is on. Each house seeks ways to demonstrate whatever they have prepared. A heated competition is a risky venture. The rules of competition demand that the participants create obstacles for each other. There's a certain limit, of course. The participants can get carried away. Dirty tricks are considered bad form. However, there's no objection to reasonable, removable obstacles. It's all about prestige after all. This is why your task is to visit the heads of certain great houses and find out about their needs and problems, and of course, help them solve them. Right, so he's sending us on a mission again to see if what they're doing on the in preparation of the Great Wall, if it's all within the rules, in line of the elves, if no rules are being ruined that way. Let's see what quest this one has. Strengthening alliances. It's not as though I always understood the elves, Dragagon, but they know how it's done. We're more used to hay, straw and manure, and look at this neat place. I'd hate to say goodbye to the elves. So then back to his quest. Good afternoon, friends. I think we were able to show the elves that they'd better be off with the league. They've earned their trust and run errands for them. We've got another issue. I've come to know that Jasker released all elves from the Termitka prison in IMD. It pains me to say this, but we failed to set them free. Although we tried. I ask you to speak with them and pass on our sincere apologies. Put things in perspective, disrupt their faith in the Empire. Start with these elves. Germain de Grandeur, Rondelin de Pluie, Annabelle de Vevre, Herlouin de Blizzard. They're in their house abodes. Visit them and call. Here we are, Guillaume de Pluie. Such barbarity! Someone added solvent to my beautiful paints. It's a nightmare. Do I need to have another batch delivered from Tempesta? Or can we use whatever we have at hand? Hey Dragagon, listen. Since the king sent you to help me, please make yourself useful. Find something. I need all paints, do you understand? Do something. Now! So, he can't get his own paint for himself, so we're gonna go get it for him, I suppose. And we need to get these paints from all kinds of objects that are randomly placed among in the area here. It does make a bit of sense because some paints you can get from these items or from these objects, whatever we're getting them from, but I'm not sure how we're actually doing this. And it's not always the same object that you can take the paint from either. You just have to keep looking for the colors, and then we have to combine these colors in the vials so that you get these colors that are combined, like yellow and red becomes orange, blue and yellow becomes green, and so on. And every time you combine the colors, you need to get back that basic color, the base color from an object again, so it's a bit looking around. Alright, so we finally got all the colors together. Now we're gonna return them to Mr. de Pluie. Oh, here's one of those guys that are being freed from the Empire. Wonderful, just look at all the beautiful girls. My mind and body are relaxing after the Imperial prison. How do you feel about being freed? I know they've been trying. They dropped off their troops on Igish, captured Texas. It's a shame it didn't work, but I guess there's only so many battles you can win. If the plan worked, we would have won the war. That way, the way things went, well, there was peace and the anti-architectural alliance. I'm a professional scout. I used to recruit agents on Igish. I was caught, arrested and sent to prison. Now I need to figure out what to do next. I might use the Hall of Changes, dye my hair, change my face, or even become a lovely lady for the time being. But holidays first. Imagine the luxury that you can just change your gender with the snap of your fingers. That's reality in this game. But it's getting reality in real life too. Between the Grande. This is the guy with the brother. Greetings. You have come to the great house de Grandeur. My name is Baudouin de Grandeur. I'm the vice head of this house and the great mage of the stellar Allods. Help Albert and Baudouin de Grandeur to restore the old spell. Greetings. We could use some help. Here's the deal. My brother Albert and I, Baudouin, want to restore the spell that revives and grants control over legendary elven statues of heroes of the past. Yes, it's like the Winter Palace. Once they were legendary heroes back in the day of the battle for beauty. Even after death, they're guarding the borders of Irene as statues. Let's begin with the Forest Mistress. You know how to control them. You're a good choice for a test. We'll give you the ability to control her. You need to see if she obeys your orders. To check, we'll use a shooting range. Listen carefully to everything we tell you and do as we say. It's a bit dominant on how they make you do this quest, but you gotta go through it anyway, so sure, I guess. This is a quest that I really liked doing because it's so funny that you become this huge ass statue. Some of the effects of the stomping is really cool as well. And then you have these two brothers follow you. And so all of Irene becomes a shooting range, and you just have to shoot these aim pellets. And it gets interesting, it gets really interactive, and I really liked how they do this new kind of questing in Allods Online. Right now it's still pretty basic to do these simple hit targets, and that's it. You don't even have to aim or anything, you just tap target and use the ability. It's kinda lackluster, it might have been an aiming game, but it is what it is. So once you've done those, you're gonna have to hit two of them with one shot. So you're gonna have to like really look for your positions on where do you stand before you fire the arrow. Now you don't get punished at all if you do fuck up or if you make a mistake. So there's no really risk reward in this title. I didn't figure out that I had to do actually 3 targets in one shot until I saw it in the back. I'm not looking often at my quest log, so that's why. There you go. Nicely seen. And that's quite a lot back and forth with 3 shots with 3 targets with 1 shot, 2 targets with 1 shot, and then you have some more moving than other ones. So that's really it. Once we've done all the targets and the target practice, we just return to the pedestal and complete the quest, I suppose. Thank you for your help. Its strength is fantastic, isn't it? You'll meet him again during the ball. I'm curious because I didn't really meet him again during the ball, as far as I remember. The next one is Louis the Bizarre. Hey, it's you. I've got a problem and we need your help. Drink the potion of time and destroy 10 echoes of the past in the residence of House the Bazaar. This is such a typical kill quest that I really don't like how they just introduced this. Just drink this, kill that, and that's it. I'm afraid we have serious problems now. The head of our house, the great mage Maximilien the Bizarre, wants to demonstrate a unique potion which he can alter our perception of time. He decided to test the potion on himself and make sure the final formula worked, but something went wrong. Surprise, surprise. Maximilian got trapped in a temporal anomaly which lets the ghosts of the pasts, the Astral Hounds, into our world. They found their way to Irene when the key got lost and the protective barrier collapsed. The Astral flooded the town. Now the ghostly demons wander about the residence, becoming more and more real. I beg you, kill the hounds, destroy the temporal anomaly, and set Maximilian free. The only way to meet the hounds is to drink the experimental potion, and pray that whatever happened to Maximilian won't happen to you. And that is such a high risk, no reward thing. Yep, see, I had to leave my small business on El June in selling holy water. So this is the same guy that was in June selling that holy water near the pond where we had to do the quest to kill the spark. It's quite interesting to see NPCs from all over the world come back here on Irene. You see, there's no saying no to the head of my house. It was fun. I didn't have to take care of anything, just to relax in the cabin while the money kept coming in. And then there were lovely pilgrims. Remember Lara? Oh. Anyway, I've always wanted to attend the new Great Ball. I'd be happy to if I didn't need to work. So we drink the potion of time. And we simply kill 10 of these guys. That's really it. To kill 10, we go back to Maximilian the Bizarre. I'm quite impressed and grateful. I must refine my recipe to avoid anything like this during the ball. I'm sure I've been framed. The formula couldn't be wrong. It's the House of the Leases intrigues, I'm sure. The girls are overly interested in my new assistants. Please don't tell anyone what happened. I don't want my reputation to take a hit. Don't worry. Our character can't even mention your name even if it wanted to. Maximilian. Who the heck comes up with these names? I'm also noticing, from what I know, that a lot of these names in the elves are all like French based. Another gawker. Great, what do you want? I want to apologize you for not freeing you from Empire. Oh really? You know what? Stick your apologies where the sun doesn't shine. You didn't try hard enough. What are you working on? Just like my house, I'm interested in the alchemy. Combat alchemy, of course. Why else would the Empire have taken me prisoner? I study explosives, choking gas, etc. All this mana energy is quite interesting, but trust me, alchemy has many secrets too. Today we use gunpowder to blow things up, but if... Oh, it's top secret. I can't tell you that. So don't. Caspar de Vevre. Welcome to the glorious House de Vevre. I'm Caspar de Vevre, head of the house and the great mage of the Florenta Allods. We learned about these Allods, the different kinds of Allods, in chapter 3, I believe. On what each house is and what they resemble and which Allod they're from. Catch 5 pages of sheet music carried away by the winds in the House de Vevre's residence. Ooh boo hoo. Now we have to go catch some paper from elves that can't get them themselves, even though they have wings to get them. I don't get that. Greetings. I could use your help. I want to impress the audience and throw a gala concert in the ballroom of the Gallian Castle. All races will be invited to participate. I'm all for the elves' independence and friendship with all nations. I want to set an example for the great house and assemble an interracial orchestra where each plays a part of their own. Everything's almost ready. Rehearsal is at the final stage. Unfortunately, the wind carried away my sheet music. If the townsfolk find them, they'll learn about my surprise. It'll ruin everything. Help me collect the pages. Why don't you give me your elven wings so I can literally just grab them in one go? It's amazing how some of these quests that you have to do, you simply do them because the developers have no idea what else to make you do. Look, this doesn't make sense. You can literally say the argument that they can get them themselves. I want some more immersive story in this than just get this, get that, kill this, kill that. So we have to get these papers, and there's also an NPC on this Allod, as I can see, that I need to ask about them be getting freed. So we just have to catch the papers by spamming this interaction button, but we need to be close enough to the paper to catch it. It's tricky with this interaction button switching all the time. Oh, let me catch my breath. I'm tired of running after these sheets. Casper won't give me a break. Remember Jipat, Dragagon. Remember how you had to figure out who killed me. Should anything happen, blame the head of my house. Oh, that Jipat. I hear people still gather in the arena to fight. I guess it's their idea of fun. Where did you go next? We grew tired of collecting dragon symbols pretty soon. I, Semyon Gromov, and the brave family joined Seaside Bloodthirsty, Maxim Kulakin, and Yavr Yusuranat, and organized special battles of our own. Perhaps you took part in them at some point. You know skirmishes? Teams of 3 or 6? It was our idea. Of course, the free traders helped a lot, but we were the pioneers. So this guy, Eric de Vevre, Casper's assistant, is the NPC that actually invented 3v3s and 6v6's ranked combat. So If you ever wondered how it came to be in the story, this guy made it up together with the free traders and with his friends that I just named and already forgot the name about. Which is interesting. It's cool that they put this here. Not like they just made it up as developers, but it's actually living throughout the game, made up by NPCs. What would I do without you? Yeah, I wonder. I'm sure as the mages of the house the Grunder, they want to sabotage my show, so they conjured the wind in my residence to thwart my rehearsal. Yeah, I'm sure of that as well. Okay, then we go to the next prisoner that was freed from Igish. Let's see what Annabelle has to say. So she's heard a lot about us. She doesn't know who we are. Well, it's fun. I'm glad they invited you. I've always dreamed about the Great Ball. I had to skip the previous one. I was too young. I'm glad to finally be here after everything that happened. After what happened? That she got abducted to the Empire and got stuck in the prison in Igish as well. Oh, it was so rude of the League. They were supposed to save me, but they simply forgot about me. It was so humiliating. Me, an aristocrat, in the hands of an arrogant imperial rabble. I remember fantasizing about being captured, tied, and slowly undressed. It seemed so hot. That wasn't what happened in real life. It was freezing in prison, and the food was bad. So she had some naughty fantasy about getting captured. She's pretty noble by blood. I'm Caspar de Vevre's second cousin once removed. Now that I'm free, I'm thinking of writing an autobiography. I'll write down everything I've been through, humiliated and insulted, will be its title. It should be quite a volume. Another writer in progress. Wonder if we're gonna find something about her book later on in the game that reflects back on what she said. Next prisoner is Germain. By the butterfly collection, I'm nothing without it. Alright, so we have a collector here. On Irene, it's not that bad. I think I spotted another undiscovered butterfly. Beautiful scenery, unlike the grey landscape of Igish I'm used to. This is outrageous. The war has to end. The elves must stop getting involved in someone else's affairs. Just think of it. I'm a renowned lepidopterologist. 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 They locked me up in prison and took away my collection. They fed me scraps and bigwash. Isn't it obvious? I'm a lepidopterologist. I study butterflies. I even had a collection that I carelessly took with me on a journey. An imperial cruiser intercepted our ship. I ended up in prison and lost my collection. I was humiliated, insulted, and mistreated, just like the previous prisoner was. Now I'm trying to regain my mental equilibrium here on Irene. Feel so bad for all these elves that have been taken capture and got imprisoned in Igish. So first, voice fed. Then we had to talk to the elves that were imprisoned in the Igish military district, IMD for short. Well, that's understandable. According to my calculations, people's opinions are now 50-50. We only need to tip the scale. Oh, no other quests. So I'm assuming we'll continue that one in another chapter. Well, I'm sure we'll see the result of your preparations at the Great Ball.